What have you been doing to her?
I ain't been doing nothing.
What
did she do?
Nothing.
Did I tell you, was it last night I told you?
We was just talking about different stuff.
No, I told you yesterday that I loved you. I told you yesterday that I loved you, or was it today? And then Mom was like, I guess I love you too. Something like that. And then I made really good cornbread. And I was like, that's good, ain't it? It's good, ain't it? And Mom can never say, yes, it's very good. She's just like, well, it looks good. And then she was like, well, that just must have been a fresh box of Jiffy Mix. She can never admit, like, if I baked it good. And then she looked at it like, oh, that looks really good. Like, I can't bake.
Do you think she can't bake?
Yeah, that was a fresh box. You can
Well, it
tell
must have
fresh
been.
from a half stale.
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It probably was a fresh box.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't follow
can tell.
instructions. Like, I can't cook. I mean, she just...
I didn't say you couldn't follow directions off fast food. Shoot.
I know.
Fast food. She said it's fast food.
Yeah, you just...
You have fast food cornbread.
Well, it is. It's fast food because you whip it up and bake it. Whip and bake.
She can never say, yeah, Shantae, it tastes very good what you made. And how I know Mom likes what I made is she was like, hey, I'm just going to take a piece. She goes, I'm just going to take a piece of this cornbread.
Of course. She had to try it.
And she had to.
By the way, this is episode 22 of the Tay and Tristan Hour. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Did you ever make homemade cornbread? Or was it always out of the
I tried
box?
to make homemade cornbread. It didn't turn out like it should have.
Oh, it wasn't good?
Wasn't light enough. I mean,
Light? What do you mean? It was heavy? What do you
a
mean?
little bit heavy. I should have put more baking powder, baking
Soda.
powder.
You know, from
More
what...
baking powder? Baking powder, not baking soda.
Soda.
Baking powder.
Yeah.
This is why she questions my baking skills.
Well, from what I've heard, the correct way to make cornbread, the soulful way, is to make it like a cake, like you're making a cake and you make it sweet. You know.
You don't have to put sugar in it. You put your eggs, your milk, and what else? Oh, a little oil
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
Stir it up and bake.
You put salt in it too, don't you?
A little taste, a little bit.
But next time you make it, what do you make it with? Cornmeal?
Mm-hmm.
Next time you make it,
And flour.
you should make it with. I don't know how. All I've heard is that it's supposed to be like cake.
Yeah, you can put part
Like it's
little flour in it.
Little
too.
flour.
like soft and
Yeah, cornbread,
sweet.
little
But I've never had it like that.
cornmeal and you can put a little flour in it too.
Flour, yeah. I always put sugar in mine.
Yeah,
Because I've made it homemade. I've had a homemade recipe of cornbread, yes. Mm-hmm. And you put it in a cast iron skillet and put that sucker in the oven.
Put that sucker in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like jalapeno cornbread?
No.
I think I've tried it once and it's really good.
I don't like it.
I think it's good.
Nasty.
No.
It's freaking nasty. I agree.
Mom hasn't had it. She just, the sound of it.
I had a taste
Did you?
of it. Yeah, before a taste. I didn't eat the, big piece of it, just a taste.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Well, that's too bad.
Because Tristan would have you make him some.
I didn't even make it. Anyway, not like that.
Yeah. I've been giving Mom a hard time today. Just like to mess with her. You got to have fun with her sometimes.
Yeah.
I busted up in her room today and she was like, oh, you scared me.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to scare her.
Tristan does it to you too.
Mm-hmm. I know it.
But when Tristan does it to her, she just be like, oh boy. When I do it to her, she's like, quit doing that. What are you doing? Crazy. That's what she tells me.
I always mess with her. I always, like yesterday, when I went and got her some donuts and some Red Hots.
I have a story about that too. I'll tell you in a second.
And she wanted white powdered donuts. And I came back and I was like, you wanted cinnamon, right? You wanted the cinnamon donuts. And she's like, what? Did you get the cinnamon? Boy, let me see it. When I showed her, and it was just the regular ones. But she believes me every time. She believes me every time. Like whenever I order her food and to get her a chicken sandwich or something, and I order it, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to take the mayo off. It has mayo on it. She's like, oh boy.
Tristan does it to her all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Tristan, we're so much alike because I did that to Mom today. So like I had to go to Walmart and I had to get a few things. And so I'm leaving. And of course, you know, Mom's like, I'm like, well, Mom, you had to get some milk and stuff. And so I'm leaving and Mom's like, well, get me something sweet. I said, well, didn't Tristan just go to... Look at her. Mom's like,
Well, there ain't many donuts in there.
Oh, okay. So I took inventory of the pantry, Mom's side of the pantry before I left. I said, didn't Tristan just get you something sweet yesterday when he went to the store?
Yeah.
And I said, didn't Tristan just get you? I said, listen, look, you got a pack of donuts in here. Here's what Mom said. Those aren't going to last. And then and I said, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I know he bought her something else sweet, but I couldn't think of what it was, right?
It wasn't nothing else sweet.
So, okay, no, I'm going to get to that in a second. So then, so then I was like, okay. So Mom's like, well, just bring me some cake. Get me one of the white cakes from Walmart, you know? So I said, okay. So I got Mom white cake. And I brought it back, and this is where me and you are alike. Because I said, you want a carrot cake, right? And she's like, oh, whatever.
Oh, my God.
Make your white cake. So then whenever I come home and I should give Mom her cake, what is Mom eating? Red Hots. I said, that was the other sweet thing.
Yep.
Everybody likes Red Hots.
I'm not saying they don't. We're
Not
talking
everybody.
about the fact that
Who don't?
you
You do. You like Red Hots.
Yeah. Well, I prefer hot tamales.
yeah, hot tamales are good.
Yeah.
We're talking about the fact that she's sitting there, she's chewing on these Red Hots as we're giving her cake, donuts. But it's like, I was like, Mom, do you need anything else? She's like, no, just maybe something sweet. She just has to have something sweet from the store
Yeah.
all the time. And
Yeah, she's got to keep it stocked up.
all the time. It was so
But
funny.
I agree though. I agree. Do you know, anytime I'm running low on ice cream, I always get another gallon of ice cream.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
there's like a little less than half
Yeah.
of it, I'll always get another thing of ice cream if I can.
Yeah.
Boy,
What?
get you some new glasses that's cutting down in your skin.
No, it's because of this.
It's cutting down your skin. Your eyes popping.
No, it's not. It's fine, Grandma.
Ain't it?
Don't worry
It's on my
about it.
nerves. Get.
Grandma,
Look at
it's fine. Oh my God. Don't worry about it.
ain't his eyes puffy right there.
No, my eye is burning for some
Talking
reason.
about on the other one.
What do you
the
mean?
other one.
What do you mean puffy?
Because your glasses are cut down in your jaw.
It's because of this. It's because I have this on and and the headphones.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Don't you don't have to worry about my glasses right now. It's okay.
Well, I liked whether they was looking, like you got this down in your.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know that she worries about you. It's not okay. That's going to bother her this entire hour. Why is your eye burning?
I don't know.
Did you have something on your eye? On your finger?
on my eye?
It's probably something on his glasses.
See, the glasses are always the problem.
Did you have something on your
No,
finger?
there's something in my eye. There's something in my eye and it's burning.
Probably on his glasses.
It's not on my. It's in my eye.
Take your glasses off and.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
It's okay. I'll be
clean 'em.
fine.
Tristan, no, it's not. You're going to be blinking.
Take your glasses off and clean them.
It's not. It's not the glasses. It's not. It's not because my glasses are
Or
dirty.
you need some eye.
Go put a.
You
Go
need
get,
some eye drops.
stop rubbing it with that
Izine or
finger.
something.
There's something on your finger.
No, it's in my eye. I can
It's a
feel
hair,
something.
probably.
Oh my gosh, he's making my eyes
It's
water.
a hair, probably. Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
Got
okay.
Something eating.
Got an eyelash?
It itches. I don't know.
Ew.
Here, I'm gonna turn my eyelid inside out.
Stop it, Tristan! Don't you turn that eyelid inside? Stop it,
Boy,
Here you go.
stop.
Tristan!
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm just like,
I don't even know how to do that.
stop, Tristan. Mom just closed her eyes like this.
I'm just kidding. I don't know how to do that.
Oh my god!
Did you ever, when you were a kid, have those kids in school that would always flip their eyelids up?
Yes, that's why it was like, don't. That's why it was like, don't do that.
Were there kids like that when you went to school, Grandma? No.
Yeah.
They would flip their eyelids up
Maybe
and be like,
Maybe a
ooh.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's like consistent through every generation. There's always a kid that flips their eyelids up.
Yeah.
I was the kid that would roll my eyes in the back of my head.
Oh my gosh! And I remember when I was younger, they'd be like, "Keep rolling your eyes like that to go get stuck up in your head." That's what Mom and them would always tell us.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to be like
Glasses a little bit.
I wanted to be like the Undertaker
Yeah.
when I was a
Oh
kid.
my gosh!
Here, you want a piece of this? It's clean. I ain't,
No, I don't need any.
I
It's
ain't did
okay.
nothing on it.
No, he's okay now. He's okay. He's fine.
My eyes fine.
Yeah, that's her. That's Mom's baby now. She will stop whatever it is she's doing. He's our baby. We'll stop whatever we're doing. We will stop and get up in the middle of this podcast and be like, take care of that. Take that turban off. Take your head wrap off. Give me them glasses. We gonna go clean them glasses. Lean over in this light. Let me see what's in your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
That's all right.
a hair.
Yeah, probably.
I-
What's the worst thing you've gotten stuck in your eye? Anything in particular?
eyelash.
That's it? You've never had nothing crazy?
I don't know, but
Or gotten something crazy in your eye?
oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like
I don't
glue
think
or
so.
something?
Glue.
Yeah, I don't know.
To get glue in your eye.
Kids get get crazy stuff in their eyes.
No, I never did.
Never?
That glue your eyes shut.
No, I've never had anything like that. No,
No.
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
I don't think I have either.
No.
Maybe sometimes stuff flying around, a piece of lint or something, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
dust or something like that.
Mhm.
dust. But no, I've never had anything.
Remember Johnny used to get stuff in his eyes all the time?
Johnny used to get metal because he worked.
Like it was like
Eye cast.
Yeah, because when he worked in die casting.
no, it was
No, he
in
would
when
get,
when we lived at the duplex in Springfield on
Yeah.
Ingram Mill. Remember that one time he came in the house, he busted the door open, he's like, ah, ah, and he fell on the floor, and he was like,
Yes.
that was really bad. I think he
gosh.
got like some kind of oil or something.
Yes,
in
like
his eye.
cleaner or something. Oh my gosh, that freaked me out.
Yeah,
that was so
that was
bad.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was scary. I do. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
yeah. I was
Oh my
thinking about
gosh, you
that the other
remember
day.
that.
Yeah.
Why were you thinking about that the other
I don't
day?
know. I don't know. Just randomly.
Sometimes think about it.
Oh my god, yes.
Probably because I had
I
something.
don't know if
in
he
my
got
eye.
like oil or some kind of cleaner or something in his eye. Did we
Yeah.
take him to the ER or the urgent?
Yeah, we took him
to-
twice for getting stuff in his eyes. Because
Yes.
one time they got metal in his eye.
He got metal.
Remember we sat in the room with him while they picked the metal out of his eye?
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
yes, it was good. He had that done so many times, and even if he would wear eye protection, it would just fly up. And yeah, they had to do that several times. I was like, my gosh, dude, you're gonna end up going blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was so glad whenever he retired and wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have to worry about that. So yeah, but me, no, never got stuff in my eye. Not like that. Nothing like that. Just dirt,
Yeah.
stuff flying around.
Well, you are dirty. Do we have any wellness tips? I'm just
You
kidding.
know what? You better be glad I didn't, because I'm telling you, my finger was getting ready to come right up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just kidding.
You lucky I love you. Give you a knuckle
I'm
sandwich.
just joking. Do you have any wellness tips, or did you forget?
No, I did not forget. So wellness tips, I probably don't have my computer in here, but I'm just going to give some right off the top of my head. Something that I did yesterday was I went and I got a massage.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a full body massage courtesy of Tristan and my mother.
And grandma.
Yes, they gave me a gift certificate for my birthday, which was August 4th. They gave me a gift certificate to the Wellness Hub here in Jacksonville, Florida. Wonderful place. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
Yeah,
great.
was it nice?
It was. I'm actually going back like in a couple of weeks.
Mm.
So yes, it was very nice.
What'd you get? Just a massage?
I got the classic massage. Yes, and it was just like my neck and my shoulders. They really helped my neck and my back because I sit for work,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was nice.
I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
like my back and just like the pressure. I did like a medium pressure
Mm-hmm.
for the massage, and they did my massage my legs and my arms and shoulders and neck, everything. Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid to get a massage
Why?
because you're just sitting on a table naked and oiled up
You are not.
while someone's sensually rubbing you
You're not-
aggressively.
They don't make
Not
you
just, it's
sit
like an
naked on tables.
aggressive sensuality, if
They
that's a
don't,
word.
Just your top wherever you want, like the back of your shoulders.
You're not laying there
No,
naked.
You
for
are
the-
naked.
No,
They
you're
put a
not.
towel. They do is put a towel over you,
You don't
and
take
you
your-
just
all your
trust
clothes
that this
off, like-
person. You just trust that this person is not going to put a finger in your butthole. You're just trusting them.
Ugh.
You don't. You're
With
not.
your naked body. It's like the most vulnerable you could be. You've got oil all over you, so you can't run. They probably put it on your feet too. You just be
You
slipping
did-
around.
Listen,
No.
Oh my gosh! Did you have a nightmare about this?
No, it's just something I just thought about. Like,
no,
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I would like to.
you
I
shouldn't
would.
said that. You so nasty.
I would like to get.
You don't say that.
I would like. I'm just
saying
saying.
that.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
I would
You
like-
could have said your butt. You just have to say.
But hole. There's a hole
Yeah.
there. But. But I would know. I would like to get a massage, but I would take precautions. Is all I'm saying.
What kind of precautions?
I don't know. I would just be aware of my surroundings. I guess.
They put a towel
I would
on you. If
feel-
you just want the top of you have a massage back there. Well, you don't leave your. I guess you can take your jeans off, whatever, and then
Yes, you
they
take
have
your
a-
jeans
they
off.
have a towel. I mean,
Getting a massage
what
in
I'm saying
jeans is
you don't
crazy.
you don't take everything off.
Imagine getting a massage in jeans.
Well, what I'm saying is you don't take everything off your underwear and shit like that.
You don't
Did
take your
I'd hate
underwear.
to- I hate to ask. Were you naked?
No,
I took off my.
you took everything out but your underwear.
Yeah, I took everything-
Your back.
Okay.
They
took
lay a
ev-
towel on you.
Yeah.
Yes, I took everything off
Yeah.
but my underwear.
Yeah. That-
And Tristan's like,
Yeah.
ew. And my mom, ew.
Yeah.
I took everything off,
your
but
underwear,
but
yeah.
I'll tell you what, because I had a male masseuse,
Mm-hmm.
and you can have, the thing is that, like I always say, like I don't have a preference, and some people are more comfortable having a female, or they're more comfortable having a male,
Yeah.
and you can request. Okay, so like if you're more comfortable having a male, or if you're more comfortable having a female, you can. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
however, whatever you like. And then he was very respectful, and he was like, get undressed to your comfort level. And so whenever they do a full body massage, he goes, now, and they're very, professional, and they're like, now what areas are off limits? Do you not want me to touch or whatever?
Right.
And so like some people don't want their glutes touched, like this part of their butt and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But even if they massage that part, they're doing it not like, ooh, yeah, I'm going great. They don't massage your whole butt
No,
cheek.
they don't.
They're doing your glute muscle
Right.
on the side.
Exactly.
So I was like, I don't care, because I sit all day and I
Yeah.
need you to massage that muscle.
Yeah.
So I don't care, but he did it on top of the
Yeah.
the cover, and it was like on the side, and it wasn't anything sensual. It wasn't like
No.
uncomfortable. I had my underwear on. The towel and the
Yeah,
sheet
yeah.
were tucked into the waistband of my underwear.
You know,
And then like if you have to, when you flip over, because I was on my stomach at first, and then whenever I flipped over onto my back so that he could massage my arms and the front of my legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Then like they look over, he was very respectful. He turned his head and he looked over to the side and he held up the cover so that I was comfortable enough
Yeah.
to where
They
he
don't-
wasn't
they're
looking.
not-
So it's
no,
not,
they
it was very respectful.
you know.
I didn't feel disrespected or anything like that. If I would have felt a weird vibe, I would have been like,
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
But there are some that do go all the way. I mean,
Yes, I know.
Yeah, they do
no,
what-
listen, there's
They do what they rub what they're supposed to.
no
rub.
listen. There's these guys on Instagram that sell that have masseuse services where you can book them
Yeah.
over Instagram and they'll come to you. It's probably thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
but they get like really into it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
This is not that place.
And they like post it on Instagram and stuff.
Right. No, I would not do anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have them do that. But you can, no, this was just like a classic massage. It was very respectful. It's not anything like that. And we did, like, when we went in, like, he talked to me and he was like, what areas are kind of like really bothering you? And I told him about my cluster headaches and kind of where I'm having this pain in my neck. And he kind of focused a lot of areas on that, like time on that with my neck and massaging that. And it's so interesting because when he was working on this and massaging this on the right side, I could actually feel like some of the pressure points he hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I can actually feel it. And I would start to kind of get a little bit of a headache, certain areas, like pressure points he would hit. So it's like, huh. I mean, it's kind of therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's, it was nothing.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. And the pressure he put on my back felt really, really good.
Yeah.
Hot towels.
Yeah, a woman couldn't have done it like that, probably.
Yeah, a woman could have.
No, men have stronger hands.
Well, no, but women can have stronger hands too.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you tell, because they know that's their job. They have to massage you. You have nerves, muscles, and stuff. That really gets knotted up.
Yeah.
In your back and your neck.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But generally, I've heard people say that the men have stronger hands, which is why they prefer a man.
Well, yeah, I
Which
guess.
maybe, I'm sure that's true in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
but,
Well, maybe. Maybe the women do more of the facial stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I really enjoyed it. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, like some women may and some men may get like completely nude
Yeah.
and for the massage, but no, I don't feel comfortable getting.
that,
I
no.
don't feel comfortable getting completely nude. But yes, I stripped down to like my underwear, but that was that's what I feel like you need to do. But it'd be weird having my bra and dress on.
You can't really,
It's just like, what am I going to massage for if I'm like not gonna
Yeah.
strip down to where I'm comfortable. So yeah,
Well, that's a good wellness tip. Get a massage.
get a massage is great. And then I actually went around and I walked and just moved, but yeah, exercise today. That was good. And what would be another good wellness tip? Why don't you give me one today? So I did a massage. Go get a massage. That's good. What's a good wellness tip that you can offer today?
Meditate.
Meditate today. Awesome. That's a great one.
Yeah. Meditation. It's a great way to clear your mind, to relieve some stress. Yeah. To just be in the moment. And not think about all your anxieties and worries and everything.
How do you meditate?
It's very beneficial.
Huh?
What? What do you mean? I didn't hear your question.
Turn it down. How do you meditate?
Well, I can't hear you if I turn it down. I can't hear you talk if I turn it down.
Okay. How do you meditate?
Say it again.
How do you meditate?
I
mean, what?
Well,
You know what I'm talking about.
well,
How do you
there's,
get your mind clear to.
well, you don't, it's not, there's different, schools of thought on meditation. But basically what it is, you don't try to, you sit somewhere quiet and comfortable and you close your eyes, but you don't try to clear your mind. You let your thoughts come, but you don't hang on to them. You don't follow them, because the thoughts are going to come regardless. But you just sit there, you let your thoughts come to you, but you just observe them. You sort of get into a space where you're just observing your thoughts and letting them fly by. They fly in and out. And eventually you get into a place where, I don't know, I can't even describe it, but just a complete clearness of mind, where you're not thinking at all. You're just in the moment,
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean? I just explained it to you.
And then you go.
I know, but
And then you go home.
You can do that, but
Mantras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't be into that meditating stuff.
But sometimes it's a good thing to be centered,
I
though.
don't think I could just do that, and because you're always thinking about maybe something else.
Well, that's the thing. You allow yourself, you allow your thoughts to come in. You just try not to hang on to them, basically. You don't follow a train of thought. You just watch the train go by.
I like that. I like that. That's a very great point.
I just came up with that on the spot.
Love it.
But yeah, that's basically what it is. But there's many different ways to meditate. That's like the mostly like used in Buddhism and Zen Buddhism specifically. That's the way they meditate generally. So
yeah, I love it.
You can become a Buddha. I mean, you know what I'm. No, you don't know what I'm.
No, you
saying.
can't. No,
You
that is
can,
true.
but
You don't
yeah.
know what I'm saying, huh?
Like a Buddhist, you mean?
Yeah.
No, you
But
can.
Buddhists don't
Because
believe in
Tina
God.
Turner,
You can no.
She had. Remember, she did, because on the that tape. Well, not even on that. It's on something. They have these documentaries, and she wasn't used to be a Buddha, but she said she turned to the Buddha stuff,
Yeah.
Buddhism. In other words,
Chance.
Well, you
Chance
can.
or whatever,
Chance.
Well, you can become a Buddha. Buddha isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Buddha isn't a god.
Well, of course not. No.
Buddha is just a Sanskrit word, just
Clears your
meaning
mind.
enlightened one, or something like
Clears
that.
your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she was doing on the movie.
Yeah, I remember.
You mean Tina Turner was a Buddhist?
Yes,
Yeah.
she is. She
Yeah.
is.
Well,
And-
she's-
Well, she
she's-
was. She
was.
passed. She's dead now.
I know, but I know that.
I was hoping you didn't know, so you'd be shocked. Like, oh my God.
Well, in other words,
She passed on.
she was. Or
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
But either way, yeah, meditation is good for wellness. It is.
Yeah, it is. So meditation and massages.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, two great wellness.
Meditation or meditate while you get a massage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best of
Because
both
they
worlds.
played when I was getting a massage, it was like water, and then there was like the music, and it was just really great. Yeah.
You know what I really want to do is do a sensory deprivation
Yeah,
tank.
they have the
they-
pods out here.
They have
Yeah.
one. We should go to that.
We should do that.
I think it would freak you out.
Wait a minute, I don't know. You have to be immersed in the water.
Yeah, so basically you get in a pod.
I can't swim.
You get in a pod full of salt water so that you're floating on the water. It doesn't feel like you're in water though. It's like you're just floating in the air. And it's complete darkness, no sound. You can't see or hear.
Oh,
You
no.
don't see or hear or feel anything at all. And you're just left with your mind.
No, I don't think I can
And
do
some
that.
people say they've had psychedelic experiences in that.
No, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
That's too much.
You know, the guy that invented it was like big into ketamine and LSD and stuff. He used to
No, thank you.
No, it's really good. It's I would say it might not be good for everyone's mind. Some people might not be ready for it. It'd be similar to like a psychedelic experience. Everybody isn't ready for that. Sometimes it can break your brain, and I'm sure it would mess with some people. But I was gonna say the inventor of that actually used to work with dolphins and like how the dolphins communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I brought that up. It was just interesting. But
Interesting.
yeah,
I don't know. I might have to do more research into that.
yeah, you should. But I've always wanted to do it.
If it's something that can get me closer to God and Jesus, yes, I would love it, because it's a deeper spiritual connection. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've always wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That would be awesome, but I don't want to go on no weird psychedelic trip.
Well, it's just you left with
That
with your mind.
Now that would be interesting.
And our brains have endogenous psychedelic chemicals.
Yeah.
So if you're devoid of any sensory anything and you're just left with that, it's possible that your brain could start to release some of that.
That's
so,
interesting.
yeah.
I don't know. That might be a little bit creepy.
I don't think it'd be creepy. It just,
I'm talking about creepy, like how far in my mind do I want to go?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
We should get Grandma in one of those.
Mom be like, you can get me in that shit.
It's that meditating stuff. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah, Mom don't need to be in that. No,
I don't like all this stuff.
No, she's not going to do that. I just want to go to Top Golf.
Oh my goodness, I've wanted to go to Top Golf too. Actually,
So, well, we're gonna have to pick a freaking Saturday and go.
Yeah,
when everybody's here.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Top Golf.
You probably couldn't even hit the ball.
Don't even tell me what I'm gonna do, because we're gonna go and I'm gonna record it and it's gonna be awesome.
Women aren't good golfers anyway, so.
Hey, don't even go there.
I'm just kidding.
Do you want to get to what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah. So, we were going to talk about double standards between men and women.
Yeah.
And there's something that Grandma brought up a couple weeks ago. It can sort of apply to this also, but it's sort of adjacent. She asked if women want to or like to be called hot.
Do men like to be called hot?
I think so.
What does it mean? What does it mean for a man to be called? So if somebody came up to you and said, "Man, Tristan, you're hot." What does that mean for you when you hear that?
I would be flattered.
You would?
Yeah. I would be. Yeah.
It bothers a woman more.
I would disregard it because I have a girlfriend, but I'm saying it's a flattering thing to say to me.
Does it boost your self-esteem?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Somebody calls me hot. If somebody calls me hot, I have like the opposite effect. I think it is a sense of flattery. It is.
Yeah.
It is. I think a lot of women like to be called hot.
I don't know why.
Well, I think
seems like that's disrespectful. Anyway, everybody don't want that kind of thing because it makes them seem, like whorish.
Whorish.
You know what I'm saying. The woman is themselves. A lot of them think that, why is he calling me hot? Do I look like I'm easy or, some shit like that?
Yeah, but I don't think that's I don't think that sentiment is widely shared. I don't know, but
look at but was that the way it was like when you were growing up, Mom? Like if that term was used, like when you think about the 1950s and 60s, those certain terms in different eras meant different things, and the way that people were labeled, maybe.
Yeah.
So hot, like a hot dish, or, it's like maybe they thought that they were easy, where it's now kind of in the modern age, it's not so much more like the way that we look at it. It's maybe doesn't have that label like, oh, she thinks she's fast or she's easy. It's more look at it as more of like flattery. Whereas when I think maybe, and I mean, Mom, you can kind of attest to this more, like maybe in the when Mom was growing up as a teenager, maybe it was looked at something different.
Yeah.
If somebody said that she's hot, well, damn, you must think I'm a whore then.
Yeah.
Or easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought of something.
Yeah, you can't say, oh, she's very beautiful, pretty.
There was different terms then.
Yeah.
I just thought of something, so
yeah.
I think this may be where it came from. Maybe you called someone hot if they were going to burn you with gonorrhea.
The boy.
Maybe doesn't that make sense? That makes sense, right?
No.
How does that not make sense? Somebody's hot, that means, oh, they might have gonorrhea, they'll burn you if you do anything with them. Does that not make sense to you?
Oh, well, okay.
Because when somebody gets gonorrhea, they say, oh, she burned me, or he burned me.
Oh, that's y'all stuff.
Well, now, maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe back then, because it burns. So maybe that's where the terminology, they're hot, came from. But they're so hot, they're so attractive, I'm going to do it anyway. because they're so attractive. I'll risk it. I'll risk getting burned.
That's the younger version, maybe, of what y'all think.
I don't know. It's
That's
just
what,
thought.
that's
I
what
just
they think. Yeah, it is.
no. I'm saying I just thought of that in my own
That's
mind.
what y'all think.
No, it's not what I've never heard that before.
I'm
I just came up with that. But I'm saying in my mind that would make sense to calling somebody hot.
A lot of people, lot of women. You think every woman likes to be called hot? Not every woman don't want to be like to be called hot.
Well, no, of course not.
They,
They
they feel
don't.
that's disrespectful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think some women take themselves too seriously. Men too. I think it's harmless if you call somebody hot, in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends. I guess you can if you.
But I think like whenever you were growing up, though, Mom, it was like women like to be called beautiful. It was seen as like a sign of respectful, as being seen as a sign of respect.
They used words like comely. And,
Like if a woman
fair, she's fair and comely. That's the words they used back then.
But those were like, and if somebody wasn't attractive, they said, "Oh, she's homely."
Homely? Is that what it really?
Is that what they said? Yeah.
No.
Yes, they did.
I've never
They
heard
just
homely
say
before.
ugly. Every
No,
woman-
no, she's homely. She's
yeah,
homely.
ugly.
Like she needs to stay home. Oh my god, it's so mean.
Yeah, they just
That's
say-
worse than ugly almost. She needs to stay home. She's homely.
Well,
They
if-
did. That's what
yeah,
that meant.
I know. If they say, oh, hey, she's fine, okay, you can take that. But that
She's
hot
fine.
stuff,
She's
that's
classy. That's a classy lady.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a classy lady.
Yeah, that,
It means you could take her home to the parents.
something like that, and like all that hot stuff,
So hot meant, she's you can get her into bed, but she's not the marrying kind.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
So
know.
that's what that meant at that time, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. I
50s,
guess.
60s, 70s. And then you think kind of when you get into like the 80s, 90s and kind of beyond that, it takes on a different meaning. That's my opinion with that particular term. When people think of the word hot. Some women don't like it. They're like they don't like the
No, they
label.
don't like
They don't
that.
like that term.
Right, they don't like that.
It's the same thing where like women don't like to be called hoes.
Yeah.
And some women like to be, they don't care if you call them a hoe.
Yeah.
Well,
you
some women are hoes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But some of them don't. Some of them like to be called ladies of the night. I mean, it's just
Well,
like
maybe back in the 70s, but
Yeah, they could say, well, an escort.
Escort,
instead of
yes.
a different name like whore or hussy or some shit like that.
well, that's
right.
that's
It's just different things. Now, okay, so think of it like for a man, they call them gigolos, or a
when
man.
he says gigolo. That was a movie.
No,
Nobody says gigolo.
they used to call male whore gigolos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
They never called them
they
a hoe. They call them They used to call them gigolos.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
But if a woman sees a man that looks good, they're like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's
What
fine.
you say? Oh, he's fine. He is really nice.
Now, do men like to be called fine? I don't think a man cares. I think a man likes if any woman pays him any kind of attention.
That's crazy. That's not true. That's not true.
Mom, am I wrong?
No, you're fine.
That is not true.
I am not wrong.
Yes, you are.
No, a man.
So
doesn't-
you're just calling men easy.
I didn't say
Wow,
man.
that's what you are. You said they'll take any kind of attention from any woman. That's calling a man easy. Men easy.
No, men
Because they
like
they
attention.
Like attention, yeah.
Men, I didn't.
And
say,
women don't?
No, I didn't say. I never said women didn't like attention. I didn't say women didn't like attention.
They do.
And I didn't say that every man was easy. I didn't say that.
Down with it.
I didn't say that. But men don't take. I don't think that men take offense to being called specific words. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman does. I just don't think. It just doesn't bother you guys.
Maybe not.
I just don't. Like
Oh.
you guys do have to watch what you call a woman, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Men don't care.
Yeah, but
Is there any word that a man does not like to be called? that you can think of? You're a man.
I'm sure there are. I'm not gonna. I can't think of one, but I'm sure there are. But the thing is, it's not. Women can call men.
The only word a man does not like to be called is the P word. The P word and the C word. Those are the two words that a man does not like to be called.
Well, no, the C word doesn't matter. That's
Yeah.
like a normal thing in like
Right.
the UK and stuff. They call themselves that. But women can say whatever they want to men with no repercussions. Even if a man doesn't care, it still shouldn't give you the right to call a man the B word or whatever, you know. But if a man says that to a woman like in public, then, you know.
That's true. I get that. Like a man should not call a woman a B and vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
'cause
not,
a woman
looked at
shouldn't.
the same way.
But a woman shouldn't call a man that. And I think it's still disrespect on both sides. Like I've never called a man that.
That's true.
Well, no, I take it back. I probably have.
Yeah, you definitely have.
Cool.
Right before you stabbed that guy, you said, "Bitch."
Yeah.
Man, don't be saying that on this podcast. What are you
It's okay,
doing?
statute of limitations. It's fine.
I didn't stab anybody.
Okay. It was just a joke.
I went looking for him and it was gone.
Oh my god,
Well, man,
it was premeditated.
I didn't even do that. But
Call each other that.
they do call each other that. Men and women
When they
do.
get mad, and they do. When they get mad, it's at them and another man and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say it.
But here
don't
we
know.
we can take it a step further from insults
Yes.
and go.
Yeah.
This might be triggering to some people, but assault.
Okay.
Any kind of
Okay.
assault, right? It's not looked if a man says that they were physically assaulted or SA'd by a woman, it's not looked at nearly the same as if a man does it to a woman.
That is true.
You
Yes.
know?
I agree.
Not nearly the same.
They don't believe that a man. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. They don't believe a man can be raped.
Yeah. And they can and they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can.
Yes, they can. Absolutely. They can be raped. They can be physically abused. Yes. And what I have, and I've had this conversation, before, with some of my friends or with Johnny too. And that, like, I've always wanted to, like, there's always been shelters or something that has been available to women, domestic violence shelters, domestic violence programs for women. There's nothing for men. There's nothing for men. And sometimes the men end up with the children, and there's no protections for men because they don't believe men deserve to have protection because they're a man.
Yeah. That you can handle yourself.
That you can handle yourself. But there's still that element of trauma that's there for them because it's still abuse. And so the question is, how do you break the stigma of that?
I don't think you can.
I think you can. I think anything is possible. I think if there's a lot of shame for men around that, and I think if more men would come out and talk about it, that will help maybe other men come out about it.
Yeah.
And if you had more advocacy groups.
So like a male Me Too movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. You're laughing about it, but yes, absolutely. I think that would put it on the forefront, and then you would have other advocacy groups that would get behind that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be taken seriously.
I think it would.
But it's also
I think in my opinion it would be.
But it's also kind of men's fault too, because other men will see, like there's this rapper's name is Big Sean, and I think it was like some years ago. I think he talked about how his girlfriend was like abusing him and beating him up and stuff, but everybody just made fun of him, Like I'm sure it was mostly men that were making fun of him and laughing at him and saying,
Aha, you got beat up by a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
And that starts in childhood.
Well, men don't complain like that because they don't want to feel weak either. To somebody else. If they complain, have been being abused or whatever, a lot of them won't say, really talk about it.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because they're taught in young age that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this stereotype in society that's placed on young boys and young men that you are strong and you don't talk about your feelings and you don't show emotion.
You shouldn't be vulnerable.
Yeah. And you don't let girls beat up on you.
No.
Yeah. And when it happens, and then that's why, the society is screwed up. Society is screwed up. Seriously. And then people end up, just don't get me on my soapbox.
Well, here's another one, and this is a common one. This might be a little triggering to people also, but you see all kinds of stories of female teachers having relations with their male students.
Yes.
And I'm guilty of this too. You'll see on the internet the comments, yeah, I wish that was me. Telling me when I was 13, 14 years old. I wish my teacher would have took me into the janitor's closet. So a lot of that is perpetuated by men. But if you flip it around and if it's like a 40-year-old teacher with a young girl, people call him a monster.
Yes.
But it's not the same with the women. And a lot of time the women get less time than the men do.
They do.
In that situation.
Yeah. Because men are seen as predators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And women are seen like, okay, what's wrong with her that she would want to be attracted to this young man or young teenager? There is a because it's still sexual, it's still pedophilia. She's still a pedophile.
Yeah.
You just don't have a penis. That's all it is. Because, I mean, there's nothing else I can say about that. You're still a pedophile.
Yeah.
But there's harsher punishment for a male who sexually, they consider it sexual assault of a minor when it's a male doing it to a female. Yeah. And then there was a teacher that did that to a student, and then when he became of age, did they get together or married or something like that, or was she ended up pregnant? It was like a story. It was like a national story.
I don't know.
That woman that remembered that boy.
Yeah, she was like,
they did get married.
They did, and she was like,
I cannot. Have a kid or something.
I think so. Yeah,
they stayed together all that time. She went to prison. And then they still was together when
I have to look up who that teacher was.
She got out.
Yeah, but it was like a national story. And so she's still able, and then a man who does that,
I think the French president, I think his wife was his teacher or something.
She was, yes.
And now they're married. And
they're married.
People think she's a man too. Side note, I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know if she's.
That's a rumor.
People are thinking that Michelle Obama is a man. I mean, come on.
That's Big Mike.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, no, it's not. Jesus Christ, people.
Why do they think that?
I'm just kidding.
Because people don't like the Obamas. So that's why they say that.
Don't get started on that.
They just say that to be mean.
Yes, they do. But no, yes, Emmanuel Macron, who's the French president. Yes, he married his teacher.
Yeah.
But years later or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, men don't get the same. Women, there is definitely a double standard there. Yeah.
I watched this show on Hulu. There's also a movie version of it too, but that sucked. There was a TV show called, I think it's The Teacher or something, and it's about this thing, a female teacher and this 17-year-old boy have a relationship, and then people find out, they get caught, and they run away together to some motel, and then the kid, I guess his family was calling him, wanting him to come back, and then he left her there. He left her at the motel, and she went to prison for a few years, and then at the end they have a dinner or something like when she gets out of prison and he's like talking about how, why would you do that to me? Like it was traumatic or whatever. Even though at the time when he was 17, he was like, seemed like he was really in love with her.
Yeah.
You know, but even I at the end was like, really, dude? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, she's hot. You were 17. That's close enough. That's legal in some states.
Yeah.
Like, even I was
It
rooting
is.
for them to be in a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
but I think that's all just a male thing. Because I think every boy, when they're a kid, if they have an attractive teacher, they think about
They have
that.
a crush on their teacher.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. But then it's up to the adult, female or male, to set that boundary, because it is going to be every teenager. If they have a hot teacher, they have a crush on their
They get-
teacher. I mean, me being a female, there were like gym coaches or male teachers I had crushes on.
Yeah.
But there was never, like, the teacher had a responsibility. They would never cross the
Cross that line.
line
They ain't
where they would sleep with the
supposed to.
student. You know what I'm saying? So
supposed to.
we always had,
'Cause they lose their jobs.
right, but there's an ethical, you should be bound by your ethics
Yeah.
and your morals. And there are teachers out there that do not.
Isn't that Mrs. Robinson, the movie? Don't they get married at the end? With Dustin Hoffman. Mrs. Robinson.
I don't know. You mean The Graduate? The movie The Graduate?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the name of the movie. I've only seen it once. It's
The Graduate? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've
Yeah,
seen that.
I think they get
Yeah.
married at the end. I'm pretty
I
sure.
can't remember.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a classic film. I've seen like
Yeah, it
part
is.
of it. But yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of double standards with
Well,
men and women.
Well, here's another one that is a common one that's been talked about is promiscuity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes,
That it's more looked down upon for women
of course.
than it is for men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
Do you think it should be
That it should be looked down upon for
women more than
women
men,
more than men.
or vice versa? Or,
I mean,
because a lot of people would argue, and I've argued this before. I don't know if it's it's just a common argument that it's more biologically, evolutionarily natural for a man to be more promiscuous, because men are supposed to spread their genes and everything.
sounds a little.
Saying that's a common argument.
I don't know about you, Mom, but that sounds a little cavemanish to me.
Well, yeah, it is. It's definitely cavemanish, but there
Yeah.
is a evolutionary reality there also.
Well, he can spread his seed to his wife. I mean, that's
yeah,
not
but
like. I
that's-
mean,
of course.
no, I think that it should, like I told you earlier, man whores, or gigolos, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But the thing is, that's more of a Western civilization sort of mindset. There's a lot of cultures where that is a lot more normal
right.
for a man to obviously have many wives or have many
Sure.
partners who they bear children with.
Yes, and it's
Some people in them other countries.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's common in a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
other
legal.
cultures.
Yeah.
Yes, in other cultures it is.
Yeah. There's this guy, I think it's really common in like the Caribbean and Jamaica and stuff. There's this guy I saw on YouTube, he had 126 children
Yeah, wow.
from a bunch of different women.
That's crazy.
I think it might have been in Africa or something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I
I'm
think
saying in those cultures, I'm sure if a woman would do the same thing, one woman probably wouldn't have 126 children. But
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? If
no.
they were in that culture, specific culture, if they were that promiscuous, they would probably be stoned. And that's always been a common thing throughout
Yeah.
history.
yeah,
If a woman was promiscuous, she was, she was
no good to
she was
marry.
taken care of.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
In a bad way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, in that sense, yeah, they're not on the same level. And I don't know if men and women will ever be held to the same standard, and as far as that goes, and I think women will always be seen as if you have more than one partner as promiscuous, they will always be seen that way.
Would want more than one partner anyway,
or one or two.
A lot of people.
A lot of
people. I don't know who specifically, but a lot of people.
You know, like if they know, like, hey, she gets around, like you don't want to be messing with her. She slept with I don't know how many people, blah 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 blah. And then you're seen as that, even though that's maybe not. And then women are identified as, if they've had multiple partners that they've slept with or whatever, then they're seen as, oh, well, you slept with that many people, therefore you're just like this terrible person. Like they're labeled. You might as well have the scarlet letter, the big A on you. You have this mark on them, and you know, and people don't think about how that makes that woman feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they're seen as like not good people, and that's not true. Well, very false.
I don't know.
Well, narrative. It's definitely a lot more accepted today, especially with, Amber Rose had the slut movement and all that. I think being a hoe today is a lot more acceptable than it's ever been. It definitely is.
The slut movement.
Or was it remember she had the slut walk? You don't remember that?
Gosh, yes, I heard about the slut walk.
Yeah.
Who?
I did.
It's this woman, her name's Amber Rose. I guess she's a personality, I guess you would call her.
I don't know what she is.
But I'm saying, but it's a lot more acceptable generally to be.
I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that either.
You don't agree that it's more acceptable today?
I don't agree with the slut walk. I think it. Yeah, I saw that. I don't agree with it. I think it's just, if women are trying to move away from these standards, like if you're trying to say, I don't want to be, have this double standard. I should be able to have this. What I do, bottom line, what I do in my house, in my bedroom is my business. I don't need to parade out there and saying I'm a slut and I should be able to have the freedom to sleep with as many people as I want. I mean, that's your business. That's your private business.
Yeah, but I think
there should not be a slut movement.
But I think
I don't understand that.
But the point of that is to break this double standard that we're talking about of people, or women in particular, not being looked down upon if they're promiscuous. That was the whole point of that. And it worked to some degree. It's definitely worked. In the last few years, it's become much more acceptable to be a hoe, to be an OnlyFans girl, to do all that kind of stuff. It's become more acceptable generally. Obviously not accepted by everyone. It's
just, people need to keep their business, in their bedroom behind closed doors.
But how else do you break that stereotype? If you don't make a movement out of it, how else do you try to break that stereotype?
Remember when we did do you remember whenever we did the podcast episode on the oldest profession on earth?
Yeah.
Okay. Because prostitution and the OnlyFans thing, just because that is the oldest profession, that is a double standard. That is a standard that has been here since the beginning of time. Am I right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
It has been. That is something that will never be broken. Mm-hmm. It just won't be. But I don't think like that, it's just, people are going to have their opinions, their perspectives. They're going to see people the way that they're going to see people. You're not changing people's opinions of it. You're not. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
Not when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're just not. I think that slut movement, or whatever, you could have called that any other thing but a slut movement. People hear that word. That is not changing anything. You could have called that anything. You could have named that anything else but the slut movement.
Why they don't call it that anyway?
Well, because
it's a word, generally it has a negative connotation behind it.
Yes, it does.
She was trying to change that, I think. She was trying to
Well,
change the negative connotation of the word slut, or the negative connotation of being a hoe. You know.
well, I get what she's trying to do, but you could have used something else.
But how else do you break that standard? There's no other way. Unless you try. I don't think it will work for most people, but I'm saying how else do you do it? How else do you remove the negative connotation from it?
So how else do you remove the negative connotation of the word of the N word? Do we need to have an N
You do.
N word? Do we need to have an N word movement?
No, you do. You
How?
have to be black.
Yeah.
You have to be black to say it. Then the negative connotation is removed completely. That's how you remove it.
So I have to be a slut in order to remove the negative connotation?
No, that's a false parallel.
Oh my god!
I'm saying to the general public, at least in her mind, that was a way to make it more acceptable. Is all.
To break the barrier of the double standard. So a man can be a slut, but a woman.
No, that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to make it okay for women to be sluts. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
And the point was that men aren't called sluts if they're promiscuous. They're praised for it.
They're praised for being sluts. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did say that.
But I just assumed you would know that.
No, you have to explain what her movement meant.
Well, I don't know exactly what her movement meant. I'm just saying from I'm saying that's what it seems like when I think back to it. But I'm saying in general, like we've already established that women are looked down upon if they're promiscuous and men aren't.
Well, they are.
And
True.
it's the opposite. They're praised.
Yeah, that's true.
Generally, at least by men.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I would not have
All these
even done
movements,
that.
well,
I mean, I get it. I get it, but I just would
ain't
have
gonna
used.
do no good. You ain't gonna do nothing with it. They have all these different movements about different stuff. It don't help.
I feel I'm
know?
just saying, like, I get the perspective. I get what you're saying, and I get what she was trying to do. Okay, my opinion is like, if you're trying to break down that standard and that barrier, like, just don't put your business out there.
No, but that's not doing anything. That's not doing anything. How is keeping your business? No, that's not doing anything. You have to make it public. Again, you have to put it into the zeitgeist that this thing is okay.
Yeah.
What is a
That was the whole point.
guys?
I don't know.
Talking about words now.
I don't know.
But I
It's a
think
word
I
you
think
don't
like this,
into the public
Just done made
consciousness.
you.
but I think like this whole thing with, the whole thing started with like I said, years of going back with prostitution being, like I said, the oldest profession on earth. And, when you bring in pornography from back in the day, and, there's always been, women have always been looked at that way. Yes, men did pornography too, and they were looked at, but that's just, men are just put up on this pedestal for women, but they've always been looked at as like the more dominant species. That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been the order of things. It has always been the order of things. And this is where, they're we look at equal rights and equality between men and women. And that will always be a fight until the end of time. Mm-hmm. And we will have these discussions till the end of time.
It's basically for most of history, it's been men can do whatever they want and women can't.
Right.
But in recent years, that's changed a lot.
It has.
You see women that are CEOs of companies,
absolutely,
and women that are sluts, and they're not. They have a community of sluts, and all their friends are okay with it.
Right.
But
that, to each its own with that. It is. I mean, it is. But I do think that there is definitely, women have gotten a lot of rights and things that they're doing. It's the empowered. They've come a long way for sure.
Yeah,
they have. And, we're going to have our first female president in January of 2025.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have
Vote,
first
vote,
black
vote,
president,
vote.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's one last thing I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
Since you mentioned the president, I guess it doesn't have much to do with the president, but are you for equality?
Absolutely.
Are you for equality between the sexes?
Equality for everything, everybody.
Yeah, we should. We should have it.
Across the board?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So,
Are you trying to see if I have a double standard?
I'm saying if World War III broke out, do you think that women should have to sign up for the draft?
No. Have to. I don't think we should.
Here's the thing.
Well, but the thing is, men, as soon as you turn 18, when I turned 18, the day I turned 18, I got a letter in the mail saying that if a war breaks out, basically, if a war breaks out, you're going.
Automatically inducted into the army.
So do you think, if you're for equality, do you think it should be the same for women?
Well, I don't know.
I think that they don't make women do it because women have children. I think if women have young children at home, no. I think if women are at if mom's age, no. I think if women are at a specific
women between 18 and 36. So let's say women between 18 and 36 that don't have children.
Yes.
Wow, you think so?
I do.
I wasn't expecting you to say they should.
Why? We're talking about equality, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
You're like, oh my gosh, what?
Yeah.
But because if I sat here and I said no, they absolutely should not go, then you'd be like, okay, you have a double standard. Then men should go and women shouldn't. No, I'm honestly saying that truthfully. Yes, they should.
Mm.
Why not?
The thing is, though, in reality, it's unrealistic because if that really did happen, then there would be nobody left here. It would just be older people and children, and then. But I guess the women with children would still be here.
The women, that's what I'm saying.
But a lot of the workforce would go. So in reality, this is just hypothetical.
Right.
In reality, that wouldn't work.
There would have to be restrictions on that. Like, if they have young children, no. It would have to be, if they didn't, then yeah. But then what are they getting in return? Like, are they going to have, they make it back? Are they going to have college paid for? What skills are they going to learn?
They'll get the same thing that men get.
They get the same
Absolutely.
thing.
So
that anyone gets when they go in the
right.
military.
Absolutely. Yes.
Same
But why not? Yes, they would have to. Unless you have bone spurs like Donald Trump, then you wouldn't have to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You always have to throw shots at.
I know. Yeah.
I have bone spurs on my neck, so I can't go. I do actually have bone spurs on my neck.
Yeah, but he wasn't the only one that did. A lot of people did that back then, and that was acceptable.
But you know
you
what?
can't get away with that now.
But you know what? I bet I still would have to go because I'm not rich.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I have bone spurs.
Well, anyway, the women.
I know.
No. The women, that's why they're in there now, the service they get, they go in. Because they think they can do everything the males do, and they do. I don't know if it's harder for them to do it or what.
Well, the qualifications are different. Like
Yeah.
the training, I think, is different for women in the military.
Yes,
So,
it is.
How you know?
because I don't know. It's just from a clip of a TV show I saw on TikTok where the men had to do.
I think when they go in there, they train just like the men. They don't.
They might. I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't.
think
Oh, they do. They do.
I don't know anything.
They want to be in there, so they're gonna.
They do the same thing the men's do.
Do.
Yeah, but I think it might be slightly different. But I don't know. This just from a show. It might just be Hollywood. I don't know.
But I think they do.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'll tell you what though, I looking at back now, and I had, before I graduated high school, I actually was thinking about going into the Navy.
Really?
And I really wish I would have went. I would freaking be retired right now.
Yeah.
I really would. With a pension.
Probably so.
I would be.
If you survived. Well, you might not
yeah.
have been in the field. You might have just been like something.
Yeah, the Navy would have been the place to be. But yeah, I mean, I really was thinking about going into the Navy at 17.
I think
After
the women, they just want to see, they just want to catch up with the men,
Yeah.
Well, the men, they're in, in the Army and service, so we can too. We can do it just like them, be just as good at it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, listen to this. As stated above, there is not a major difference between men's and women's fitness needs. We all need cardiovascular exercise for the blah, 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 resistance training. Okay, this doesn't really say anything. But there is an article. The headline is Army approves reduced physical fitness standards for women and older soldiers. So,
Awesome.
I'm not going to read the whole article. That's just the headline. But, yeah. So, I would assume that it's slightly different.
Slightly different.
Yeah. Of course.
Because there is a physical reality that women are not as physically robust as
a man. Yeah, there are differences.
There are, of course, some women that are more physically robust than some men.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah. That's very true. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I'm glad we've hashed out some of these double standards. There's a million. There's a million more.
Yeah, I think we spent too much time on the slut movement, though.
Oh, come on. We need to get the message out there.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a slut.
Not really.
If you're a man,
to each its own. Hey, your prerogative, man. Your prerogative.
Well, you call them a slut, they just means they sleep with every man they want.
And vice versa, because there's some men out there that do their thing too.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Oh yeah.
There's some men out there that do their thing too, on both sides. But yeah, to each its own. People do what they want. People have the freedom to do what they want, and they make their own choices. And people have to live with the consequences of their choices. So so I always tell people to make smart choices, please.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's a good thing to live by.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So is that it? Are we wrapping up for this episode?
Yeah, this has been episode 22 of The Dangerous Hour featuring Miss Wanda.
Yay! Because she loves it. She loves to do this. Yes. Oh, that doesn't matter.
Feel.
You had some good insights.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, whatever. I'm trying to think. I don't have any announcements.
Just make sure to follow us on Instagram, Tristan.
Podcast.
Yep. Please like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube.
Yes.
Share it with your friends.
Please. And we do want to thank everybody who is subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Yes, very much so. And thank you for all the shares.
Mm-hmm.
Very much appreciated.
They can put their comments in on this to see what they think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much would appreciate that as well. Thank you. We did have some comments on YouTube as well. So on a couple of episodes. So we appreciate that. And so just catch us on Spotify, iHeartRadio as well, and
Apple Podcasts.
Yes, please catch us there. And we do have our TikTok channel, and then we have the Tantrist and website that is still a work in progress. It's live, but we're still updating as much as possible, and like I said, have merchandise coming in the next couple of months, so we'll be updating that as well. Okay, so just everybody stay tuned, and as soon as we get merchandise going, we'll post a link on our YouTube channel, so that'll be coming in the next couple of months. So just kind of letting everybody know.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
everybody,
thank you guys for watching. Bye sluts.
Bye. Peace.